Welcome to topic 4 of this video series. In this video, we'll be looking at integrated approaches to strengthen parents' and families' ability to support CEFMU prevention and response and enhance their capacity for climate adaptation. In the following video, we explore the importance of linking climate adaptation and CEFMU prevention and response approaches. Also, strategies and evidence-based approaches to strengthen parents' and families' ability to support CEFMU prevention and response and enhance their capacity for climate adaptation. According to Barnfonden, strengthening families' livelihoods to be sustainable and resilient to climate change effects can prevent the severity of impacts that influence children's education, health, and psychosocial situations, all of which drive up an increase in the risks of violence, like CEFMU. For this reason, climate change and environmental resilience strategies must be linked with CEFMU prevention and response approaches, alongside economic strengthening, such as higher, more resilient incomes, diversified livelihoods, and making jobs more accessible to women. Negative social norms and harmful coping mechanisms, such as CEFMU, need to be addressed. In this video, we're going to look at two integrated approaches that promote environmental resilience alongside norm shifting and CEFMU prevention and response: the graduation approach and the farmer, field, and business school model. Let's begin with the graduation approach. The graduation approach is a multifaceted model combining livelihood promotion, financial inclusion, social empowerment, SBC, and social protection components. It's designed to address the needs of extremely poor households and to equip recipients with protection processes such as sustainable livelihoods, improved savings, and better household dynamics by building skills, self-efficacy, and addressing harmful gender and social norms. The model seeks to ensure that families are able to meet their basic needs, as well as build an asset base to diversify income, protect themselves from climate-related shocks, and sustain well-being. Since BRAC pioneered the graduation approach in 2002, it has proven effective in providing the big push that people need to escape the poverty trap over the long term. More than 100 organizations have adopted the approach in 50 different countries, reaching nearly 14 million people. Evidence from multiple contexts suggests that the graduation approach has lasting positive impacts on a range of outcomes. Let's take a closer look at some of the core components included in this adaptable model. Let's take some time to review the core components of this adaptable model: targeting and visioning, consumption support and cash transfers, savings, skills training, asset transfers, group coaching and mentoring, and referrals and linkages to critical services. These comprehensive strategies work together to address the economic, social, and cultural drivers of child marriage, providing families with the tools and support they need to make more informed and sustainable decisions for their daughters' futures. Let's dive deeper into each one of these components. Let's begin with targeting and visioning, which refers to identifying the most vulnerable households and engaging them in visioning to understand the change that they desire. Consumption support involves providing immediate relief to households through food or cash transfers paired with SBC. Savings refers to encouraging families to build financial resilience through village savings and loan associations and income-generating activities. Skills training refers to offering training to improve things like confidence, self-efficacy, employability, and household planning. Asset transfer refers to providing assets like livestock or equipment to start small businesses. Group coaching, which involves regular mentoring, sometimes for consolidating skills, raising awareness, or shifting norms. in order to support participants throughout the program. In referrals and linkages to critical services, this element can include basic information on early warning systems and anticipatory action, sanitation and nutrition, nutrition referral and management, safe referral for CEFMU and other forms of gender-based violence, public and private sector linkages like extension services, group registration, financial services, and access to agricultural inputs. This adaptable model would allow for SBC programmers to seamlessly integrate climate change and environmental resilience strategies, such as livelihood strengthening, along with norm change and CEFMU prevention and response, into SBC programs to reduce CEFMU risks for young girls. Let's take a look at an example from Uganda. From 2018 to 2021, USAID's Graduating to Resilience Cohort 1 in Uganda implemented graduation activities in 42 villages in the Rwanda refugee settlement and 72 villages in the host community for a total of 6,600 households. The program had significant positive impacts on key outcomes for both program participants and their households, including food security, nutrition, and self-reliance, all critical factors in helping families to overcome financial hardships that can often lead to child marriage as a coping mechanism. Here is a summary of the results that the program was able to achieve that address key drivers of CEFMU. In regards to livelihoods, agriculture, and basic needs, 96.2% of participants diversified their businesses. Also, 5,008 participating households can meet basic needs. 4,862 households are using climate information or implementing risk-reducing actions to improve resilience to climate change. In addition, 95.3% of households access improved agricultural inputs. In relation to gender equality and women's empowerment, 97.4% of females reported increased self-efficacy. Also, after participating in the Graduating to Resilience program, 46.4% of participants reported that they were less accepting of gender-based violence. 93.6% of women in marriages and unions report participating in decisions about the use of self-earned cash. Also, 94.2% of women in marriages and unions report participating in decisions about the use of a spouse or partner's self-earned cash. There are additional resources related to the graduation approach in the description below this video. Remember, development interventions should tailor adaptation strategies to each context, while also tackling the community social norms and local resource limitations that perpetuate these risks. Projects that focus on the economic empowerment of mothers have shown to decrease the risk of early marriage. However, such interventions need to consider gender-responsive approaches, such as climate-smart agriculture, that address the gender differences in adoption barriers and access to resources. The second example that we're going to explore is CARE's Farmer Field and Business School, which we will refer to as FFBS in this video. Originally developed under CARE's Pathways to Empowerment program, FFBS is a hands-on learning by doing extension approach that promotes economic stability, education, and community support by improving gender equality, market engagement, and climate resilience, thereby reducing the financial and social pressures that can lead to child marriages as a coping mechanism. Women farmers meet regularly during the cropping cycle to experiment on group managed demonstration plots and learn about new agricultural techniques they can adopt in their own fields. The approach also helps women farmers build the collaborative skills necessary to become successful business people, accessing inclusive markets and selling at competitive prices. The FFBS model integrates 8 components that work together to provide transformative results. Let's begin with sustainable agriculture. To maximize the quality and quantity of their crops, livestock, and fisheries, participants learn climate-smart agricultural practices aligned with the seasonal calendar. Through demonstration plots, farmers gain hands-on experience with techniques proven to improve management of water, soil, fertilizer, and other relevant inputs. Next is market engagement. Each group establishes a common marketing vision and works together to build business skills and engagement with various market actors. Over the course of the seasonal cycle, participants learn relevant marketing concepts such as conducting market research, determining the profitability of different value chains, and designing a business plan. FFBS graduation-ready farmers receive further training on food safety standards and certification to enable their linkage with global markets. Next, gender equality. FFBS engages men and leaders who can facilitate important changes that assist women farmers and communities in reaching their full potential. Norm-shifting approaches like Save the Children's responsible, engaged, and loving fathers approach, husband schools, or CARE's social analysis and action approach could be used to lead a community-owned change process on discriminatory gender and social norms that drive CEFMU and other forms of gender-based violence. Next is collectives. FFBS participants typically operate in groups of 25 to 30 farmers, drawn from diverse collectives such as village savings and loan associations and other common interest groups that coalesce around the production and marketing of a particular enterprise. Prior to implementing FFBS in a community, project teams learn how to map, profile, and select collectives and establish a visioning process within the group. Nutrition. Group members learn how to prevent and solve nutrition-related problems in their households. Lessons cover food-related topics such as how to identify the root causes of undernutrition, grow a home garden, and prepare balanced, nutritious meals that provide a diversified diet. Next, facilitation skills for group empowerment. Through facilitation training, community-based trainers learn how to empower groups with practical lessons based on adult learning principles, creating ownership and sustainability of adoption. Participatory monitoring, evaluation, and learning. Community-based participatory monitoring and evaluation are built into the FFBS model, enabling farmers to track their own progress, cost, profits, and losses. Group members then use this information to make decisions and develop action plans based on their specific circumstances. Next, service system strengthening and social accountability. Through the integration of advocacy and social accountability approaches like the community scorecard, FFBS fosters citizen empowerment, helping farmers demand social accountability from governments and institutions. By amplifying the voices of farmers, especially women and girls, FFBS helps them shape the policies that affect them and be a part of the decision-making process. Let's take a look at an example of the FFBS. CARE's Pathways program introduced the Farmer Field Business School model in 6 countries, reaching 65,000 women farmers. In less than 4 years, the farmers in Pathways were able to mobilize more than $7 million in income on agricultural yield increases and marketing techniques. Additionally, more than $15 million in savings through VSLAs, more than $1 million in loans through VSLAs, and more than $66,000 in loans from formal institutions. Women in leadership positions increased from 20 to 60% across Pathways countries, and adoption rates of improved agricultural techniques increased to 70 to 90% depending on the practice and country. Furthermore, a study by the New Economics Foundation showed that CARE's FFBS model gives a $31 return for every $1 invested over just 3 years, and those returns will keep growing. The returns vary by country and range from a $23 return in Mali, which faced armed conflict, displacement, and drought, to $45 in Ghana. Costs for the model also varied anywhere from $10 to $50 per farmer. The results impacted a range of the issues that contribute to small-scale farmers' challenges. 43% of benefits were in improved food security. 37% of benefits were in improvements in women's empowerment, and 13% of benefits were in improved livelihoods. Helping parents and families to increase incomes and improve food security reduces the financial pressures that often lead to child marriage as a perceived solution to economic hardship. This integrated model also presents a unique opportunity to seamlessly integrate livelihood strengthening, climate adaptation strategies, and CEFMU prevention and response into SBC program for parents and families. You can find more information on this approach in the description below this video. Now that we've come to the end of our video lesson, let's take a moment to pause and reflect on some key takeaways from this topic. Enhancing parents and families' adaptive capacity is essential for building resilience against climate-related shocks, such as extreme weather events and food shortages, thereby reducing the reliance on harmful coping mechanisms like CEFMU. Additionally, climate change and environmental resilience strategies must be linked with child protection strategies to address violence against children like CEFMU. Alongside economic strengthening and the creation of more resilient incomes, SBC programmers need to address negative social norms and harmful coping mechanisms such as CEFMU. And remember that this work can be done. The case studies that we reviewed together have already shown that it works, so there's no reason to avoid it. Thank you for watching this video lesson on improving parents and families' capacity in climate adaptation and their ability to prevent and respond to CEFMU. Please have a look at the resources that have been made available to you in the description below this video. For the next topic, we'll explore meaningful participation of children and youth in climate adaptation and CEFMU prevention and response.